Now let's try to restore the asteroid defense system.
It looks like some of the gravity plating is malfunctioning. Keep an eye out for any kind of distortion effect coming from the floor. It could be dangerous.
And what does a distortion effect look like? Distortion effect. Dangerous. That must be a malfunctioning gravity plate. So, apparently when a gravity plate malfunctions, not only does it reverse the direction of gravity, but it also rips you to pieces. Three, two, one, blast off! I like the fact that on this ship artificial gravity is sectional. For some reason, growing up and watching all the great sci-fi movies, I always just assumed that a space vessel's artificial gravity system would be a single generator that spans the entire ship. But on the Ishimura, gravity is produced at each individual floor panel, and really that makes the most sense when I think about it. If you have a ship that is propelled through electrogravitic means, then the propulsion system must rely on a few very strong points of projected gravity centers, the strongest of which would be in the direction of motion. Now, if the ship's onboard floor gravity were all one single gravitic projection, then that gravity itself would have to be very strong. This would lead to a competition between the strong gravitational pull of the system that keeps the crew members on the floor and the strong gravitational pull of the propulsion system. By keeping the crew's feet attracted to many weak, localized gravity plates, the ship's propulsion system will remain the most influential attractive force in relation to the ship as a whole, but the floor panels will be the most influential attractive forces in relation to the crew and cargo. Well, we found where that asteroid from the last video landed. Ah, crap, I'm out of stasis. Hold on.
Junction box rerouted. I'm making some progress with the tracking grid. One of the cannons is giving me a hard time. Keep moving.
1 down, 2 to go. The technology of the Ishimura is really a marvel. According to Kendra, there were 1,000 people expected on board before we arrived. That's one hell of a crew. Presently, though, it is being operated by a crew of just 3 people. And while yes, it is experiencing one in a series of critical crises, against the backdrop of a much larger one, it's pretty impressive that this ship can remain as manageable as it is by a crew of only 3 during all of this. In theory, if you take away the necromorphs, the asteroids, and the paranoia-induced violence, these 3 people could quite possibly fly this gargantuan technological wonder anywhere and deal with normal technical issues with relative ease. This begs the question, why was it staffed with 1,000 people? Well, there are good reasons. For one, Hammond, Kendra, and Isaac aren't doing any mining right now, and surely that takes manpower. Furthermore, a crew of only 3 can't keep working without a break for meals and rest. Also, once you add people to take care of the jobs unrelated to navigating and flying the ship, you also have to staff the medical deck to tend to their wounds, cooks to feed them, custodians to clean up after them, and so on. This is not just a piece of mining equipment, it's also designed to be lived in. I'm sure that a substantial fraction of the ship's regular crew is employed to tend to the workers themselves. But regardless of all of this, it's still pretty amazing that we 3 repair technicians have been able to keep this ship going for as long as we have so far by ourselves. I'm out of ammo. I need to buy some plasma energy. Okay, I'm ready. Carry on. There's more of them? Come on! Okay, where is he? I can hear him. He's around here someplace. There you are. A little bugger. Okay, last 2. We can do this.
Isaac, listen up. I've gone over the MedSci reports. These things are biorecombinators. They take dead tissue, absorb it, and mold it into new forms. One iteration seems to have the sole purpose of infecting corpses. The others, well, seem to be making corpses to infect. And that body tissue we keep seeing on the walls is part of it too. I found a report that says it's a habitat changer.
One type infects corpses and the other kinds make corpses to infect. Here's my trouble with that statement. The ones which I've observed infecting corpses seem to have no trouble at all trying to help turn me into a corpse. I have to wonder why there isn't just the one iteration which both kills and then infects. Well, the truth is it does make sense by a certain kind of logic. Video game logic.
Exiting vacuum.
Yay! Ammunition! One of the things I like about the plasma cutter is that it's not called a plasma gun. It's called a cutter. To me, this implies that Isaac's weapon is really an improvised weapon for the present crisis. It was designed to be a hand tool. When I say I need ammunition, I do so with the understanding that if Isaac were to find plasma energy under normal circumstances, he might pick it up and put it in his toolbox for his normal engineering tasks. This philosophy of making weapons out of hand tools is not new to the survival horror monster invasion scenario. And I find it comforting to think that the plasma cutter is just the apocalyptic descendant of the crowbars of today, which are often considered ideal for combating the undead. This is not to say that I have anything against guns, but in a survival horror scenario, the average person won't have thought to stock up on supplies for it, so one must make do with what little one has, and I just want to be reassured, I guess, that humanity might be able to fight off an invading army with common household items, as unrealistic as that may be.
Power transferred to the ADS.
Control system suction box rerouted. I'm getting a reading. Almost there.
Oh no. No, where are you going? Where are you going? Hey! You! Come back here! Ah, damn it! Two down, just one to go. Well, that concludes this video. Next time, we're gonna kick some serious asteroid.